Have you ever been driving and suddenly that dreaded check engine light comes on? You scan the car and find code P2757. What does that even mean? Don't worry. Today we're breaking it down in simple terms. In this video, I'll explain what error code P2757 actually means, the most common causes, the side effects if you ignore it, and finally the step-by-step solutions to fix it. Welcome to DBoss Auto Care. So let's dive straight in. Error code P2757 is officially known as torque converter, clutch pressure control, solenoid performance, or stuck off. And that sounds complicated, but let's simplify it. Your car's transmission has a torque converter, which connects the engine to the transmission. Inside it, there's a clutch that locks up at certain speeds to improve fuel economy and reduce heat. This clutch is controlled by a solenoid, basically an electronic valve. When the car's computer detects that the solenoid isn't working properly, maybe it's stuck, slow, or not engaging, it throws the P2757 code. In short, it means your transmission isn't controlling the torque converter clutch like it should. Now, what can actually cause this code? There are several, and they range from simple to serious. Let's go through the most common ones. 1. Dirty or low transmission fluid. Transmission fluid does more than lubricate. It also creates the hydraulic pressure that controls the torque converter. If the fluid is dirty, burnt, or low, the solenoid may not function correctly. 2. Faulty torque converter. Clutch solenoid. This is the most direct cause. The solenoid can fail mechanically or electrically, causing poor or no response when the computer commands it to activate. 3. Worn torque converter. Over time, the torque converter itself can wear out, leading to slipping or failure to lock up. 4. Damaged transmission valve body. The valve body channels transmission fluid to different parts of the system. If it's clogged or damaged, the clutch solenoid may not receive proper pressure. 5. Wiring or electrical problems. Frayed wires, poor connections, or short circuits between the transmission solenoid and the engine control module can trigger P2757. 6. Software or PCM issues. Rarely, the problem lies in the car's computer itself. A glitchy transmission control module or outdated programming could be at fault. So in summary, the causes can be anything from fluid issues to solenoid failure to more serious transmission wear. What happens if you're driving with code P2757? Here are the most common symptoms drivers experience. 1. Check engine light. Obviously, that's the first sign. You'll see the warning light. 2. Transmission slipping. You may notice the engine revving higher than normal without the car accelerating as much. That's a sign the torque converter isn't locking up. 3. Harsh or erratic shifting. Shifts might feel jerky, delayed, or inconsistent. 4. Overheating transmission. Without the torque converter clutch working, the transmission runs hotter, which can cause long-term damage. 5. Poor fuel economy. One main purpose of the torque converter clutch is to improve fuel efficiency. When it's not engaging, you burn more gas. 6. Vehicle going into limp modern. In some cases, the car's computer may limit power and lock the transmission in one gear to prevent further damage. Side effects if ignored. If you keep driving with P2757, the problem can escalate. Overheating may damage transmission seals, clutches, and even the torque converter itself. Repair costs can climb from a few $100s to several thousand if you let it go too long. That's why it's important to deal with it early. All right, so how do you fix error code P2757? Let's break it down step by step. 1. Check transmission fluid first. Inspect the fluid level and condition. If it's low, top it off with the correct fluid for your vehicle. If it's dark or smells burnt, a full fluid and filter change may be needed. 2. Inspect wiring and connectors. Look for frayed wires, loose connections, or corrosion in the harness leading to the transmission. Repair or replace as needed. 3. Test the solenoid. A mechanic can test the torque converter clutch solenoid for resistance or proper function. If it's faulty, replacement is usually straightforward. 4. Check the valve body. If the valve body is clogged or sticking, it may need cleaning or replacement. 5. Torque converter replacement. If where inside the torquey converter itself is the issue, replacement is the only option. This is more expensive but necessary in some cases. 6. PCM/TCM update or replacement. In rare cases, reprogramming or replacing the powertrain control module may fix persistent issues. Some fixes, like checking fluid or wiring, are DIY friendly, but testing solenoids or replacing the torque converter usually requires a professional with transmission expertise. So to recap, error code P2757 means your transmission isn't controlling the torque converter clutch correctly. Causes range from low or dirty transmission fluid to faulty solenoids, wiring issues, or even a worn torque converter. Symptoms include slipping, poor fuel economy, and overheating. And if you ignore it, you risk serious transmission damage. The good news? Many times it's just fluid or a solenoid that needs replacing. Catch it early and you'll save yourself thousands in repairs. If this video helped you understand code P2757, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more car troubleshooting guides, and drop a comment below if you've ever had to deal with this issue. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.